Hey guys, it's 681 Shadow, your coach of the Connecticut Crocodiles, and we are here finally for the CPC Season 5 draft analysis. And I'm actually really hyped for this. Definitely go check out the CPC channel. I have those links in the description down below. And if you guys don't already know, yes, I am the one that runs the CPC. I am the main commissioner, but then I also have my co-commissioner Fallup, and then a couple other mods that help to make sure everything is running smoothly in the league. So, definitely, it's one of my passions to run the league. It's very good. This is our fifth season. Our league hasn't really died at all. Our league hasn't died ever, which is really good because there's a lot of leagues out there that look like they're going good, but then they go down. But enough about that, really. We're going to go into our team today, the team that we drafted. And shout out to my front office. There's a few people in there who helped me out with this draft, and it's looking like a pretty decent draft. There may be some things that we can patch up in with transactions over the course of the season, but we're going to start off with our draft analysis here. First off, we did have the wheel pick, which was really nice. So the first wheel pick, I decided to pick up Mega Gallade and Zygarde 50%, which gives me a pretty nasty core, if I do say so myself. With Mega Gallade being the mon I really wanted to build around this season, because of the fact that Mega Gallade is such a great mon in the format. Mega Gallade it can be run offensively, has pretty good speed. It can even be ran as a defensive mon with like a Wish Drain Punch set, which is actually pretty cool. But yeah, Mega Gallade is definitely very solid in that. And then we also have Zygarde 50%, which is really good. With especially the buff that they got in Gen 7 with 1,000 Arrows, which can prove to be really strong, especially against opponents that have, especially like if you have Band or maybe even Z move, like if you come across also if you're banded, you can run like Banded Outrage on an opponent that doesn't have a fairy or has like a fairy that isn't that good. So Zygarde is definitely very solid. For a lot of matchups, and he is my first Z move user, and I get to why I said first in just a minute here, but well, not just a minute, but once I get to a later on pick in my draft. But I decided to choose those at the beginning. I was kind of up in the air about certain things, like my original plan was Mega Gallade Clefable, but Clefable got sniped round 1, so I ended up going with the Mega Gallade pick, which Mega Gallade and Zygarde 50 pick, which was really nice for my first two mons. But then next up, for some reason, something I've been doing in drafts, like I did it last season, I did it this season too. I would some reason pick up like a somewhat questionable mon round 3. I'm not doing it on purpose. I picked up like last season I picked the Primarina round 3 because I felt like it was really good. It felt like it would be solid on my team. And this is the same thing. I picked up Klefki round 3 and then Raikou round 4 for my second wheel pick. Which Klefki can be a very good utility mon, access to Prankster, and it can set up screens. It can Toxic. It can T-Wave. It can Foul Play to deal with some of those offensive threats. Yeah, it can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's a very good utility, and can help whittle teams down with Toxic or slow or slow things down with Thunder Wave, so that Zygarde 50 or like Mega Gallade or something like that can come in and just completely destroy and clean up the game. So Klefki can be a really good asset to being able to clean later on in the game with some of my other offensive threats. And the Raikou is a very fast electric type. It's a very good fast electric type. Raikou is very strong. It's definitely very strong. Raikou is it can run like Scarf. It's definitely good with Scarf specs. Even the event Extreme Speed or Aura Sphere. Those are also really good. And yeah, Aura Sphere is especially good, but they'll know if you have Aura Sphere because you need to be shiny. Unless you're like me and you always make your mon shiny, then I feel like that'll kind of put keeping my opponents on their toes because they won't know if I'm Aura Sphere or not because I'll probably always run shiny Raikou because the shiny sprite is pretty good in my opinion. But Next up, we wanted to oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention. Wait, hold on. Did I do that? Yeah, yeah. I also wanted to I also with the Klefki pick, I did complete my Fairy Dragon Steel Core, which is really nice. So next up, we decided to start a Firewater Grass Core with our next wheel, and we decided to pick up Tapu Bulu and Vaporeon, which are both very solid. Vaporeon is very good defensive mon, nice good bulky water for us, so that's definitely helpful. And then Tapu Bulu is an amazing offensive threat, um, because Banded Woodhammer from a Tapu Bulu just does so much damage to so many things. So that can really help us for that match. I mean for matches. Especially if my opponents don't have really many great answers to Bulu. And if they don't have great speed tiers either, then I could potentially run that and have a good time with that. So next up for our second to last wheel pick, because we did only draft 10 mons, we didn't draft 11 because we are doing a price draft, so we can draft a minimum of 9 and a maximum of 11. But next up, and this is what I was discussing before with our Z users, we have Drapion and Torkoal. And Drapion can use Z moves. Now, the new Zmon rule that we have in this season, which is actually pretty interesting, is that you have to have one required Z user, but then a second optional Z user, and the optional Z user has to be below 10 points. So any mon that's 9 points or below, and Drapion seems like the best fit for that because Drapion can bring some nice techs, like maybe like a Z Aqua Tail or something along those lines that could sort of catch opponents off guard. Because Drapion gets some pretty nice coverage moves, and it's a very solid budget poison type. And it's only because it's poison dark. Its only weakness is well, actually I think it's poison dark. Let me actually double check that real quick. But then also we have the Torkoal. Torkoal completes our Firewater Grass Core, which is really nice, and it's very nice for that. And Drapion is Poison Dark, so his only weakness is Ground. And Torkoal also Torkoal is also very solid. It could take things defensively, and it's not the best fire type for like a Firewater Grass Core, but it's a very solid defensive mon. So if I need to, if I'm able to basically take hits with Torkoal against someone, like if someone doesn't have like very great breakers that could deal with Torkoal, then I feel like Torkoal could be really good for a matchup, maybe like a Rest Talk set or something along those lines. But next up for our last wheel pick, and this was interesting because we had a totally different plan going into this, but it got sniped, and then because it was late in the draft, my draft was going to be a bit worse because of it. But our last two picks are Mantine and Aurorus. Now, the original plan was for us to get Gligar, which I still kind of want, but I know that's not guaranteed anymore now that a team already has it. But Mantine, I know we have a second. I know it's the second water now, but Mantine is serving as our defogger, which is really nice, and do some pretty cool stuff with Mantine. And then Aurorus. Aurorus is a very good. Aurorus is a very good ice type. It has some decent abilities, and then also it gives us a better offensive rock option than Torkoal, which is very important because rock types could do a whole lot in the format. Definitely against some of the more powerful mons, and ice types are pretty powerful when it comes to it too, because a lot of the big threats are dragon type, dragon ground, like things like Lando Eye are flying ground. So I see there's a lot of weaknesses to ice types in the big threats, but that's really it for our CPC draft. This isn't really long draft analysis. I didn't really plan this one out like I did in past ones, but that's because not only do I not want to make it a stupidly long video like my season 3 draft analysis, it was like half an hour long, but also the fact that I have other videos I want to record today, because this is really the first thing I can get down to record for like a week now. And I'm recording this on Wednesday. You'll see this like Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure how I'm gonna upload all the videos yet. but you will see in due time with that. But week 1 for CPC will be going up on the 25th, Monday the 25th, and we'll probably let me know if you guys want to see a team builder section in that video. I may end up doing it. Well, I'll probably end up doing it anyway, but let me know if you guys want me to go less in depth or more in depth with the team builder. Because if you guys really want me to go more in depth, then I may even make it its own separate video on Sundays, which may conflict with a future project that will be starting in a couple weeks. But we'll just see how that goes there. But for week 1, we're facing off against Aberforth, coach of the Newcastle Umbrians. So definitely a very tough opponent right off the bat. I've had some great matches with Abe back in the previous 2 seasons of CPC, so I'm really looking forward to this. We played season 3 we played week 2, and season 4 we played week 8, I believe. So it's definitely gonna be a very fun match to play against Abe again. I've always had close matches with Abe, so hopefully maybe I can pull out a W here against Abe here, win my week 1 for once in my life. But that's going to be it for the draft analysis. Let me know what you guys think of the team in the comment section below. Definitely let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to join my Discord, and if you are interested in joining my front office too, the link to my Discord will be in the description down below. I sort of facilitate my front office into my Discord as well. It's just its own separate room in there, which no one else can see other than those who are in the front office. Not even the moderators can see the front office chat, which is really nice. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all next time.